Hello, hello. Welcome to the PG-ish podcast. I'm Erin with your parental guidance to help you grow yourself as a parent and raise healthy, happy, and successful humans. I recently went on a hike that I read was moderately challenging. Cool, I thought. Just what I want to tackle. What they left out was that you gain over 2,000 feet of elevation within the first, 20 to 30 minutes. It wasn't terrible, but I could certainly tell I hadn't gone hiking in a while, and my body felt out of alignment. Aging is oh so fun. I had also read that the hike took 4 hours. And because I'm competitive, I wanted to see if I could beat the time. In general, I walk pretty fast, so while I wasn't running, I certainly wasn't meandering up the mountainside. Yet when I made it to the summit in 40 minutes, totally out of breath and my hip flexors beyond tight, I knew something was up. What I had failed to realize is that there are 2 trailheads and GPS had led me to the shorter of the 2, greatly reducing my time. What I was trying to prove in the first place turned out to be utterly pointless. All of that being said, the uphill climb, though hard at moments, was well worth the view. It was impeccably clear and I could see beautifully in every direction, south all the way to Mexico and North County in the opposite direction. And as you can guess, such is the metaphor for life. Going uphill will test you. You may want to give up at each switchback, or you may want to go faster at times. But in the end, your body should be respected, and you should recognize that your worth isn't based on how productive or how fast you go. But in the end, to keep climbing is totally worth it. And what do they say? It's not the destination, it's the journey that matters. Yeah, pretty much that too. Piggybacking on last week's episode with Mel Robbins discussing her 5-second rule to support you getting momentum toward the life you want, John Maxwell will expand on how self-discipline is the key to continued success. It's gonna take an uphill battle to reach your destination, but it's up to you to make the choice and to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Here's Mr. Maxwell.
When people ask me, and they do in Q&A all the time, John, what is your greatest leadership challenge? I always give them the same answer. My greatest leadership challenge is leading me. That's my biggest problem. My biggest leadership problem is John Maxwell. Yeah, leading me. See, it's much easier to lead you. My gosh, I'm teaching you these lessons on developing the leader with you. It's so easy to lay out these thoughts, these ideas, give you these steps to do it. It's so good. And then when I'm done, I leave you. It's just wonderful. Good luck. See, it's easier to teach what I know than it is to live what I know. Teaching is easy. Living it, it's more difficult. And that's where self-discipline comes into play. In my book, Intentional Living, and when I teach it, one of the things I do for people is I give them a visual. And this is a visual that works for intentional living, but it's a terrific visual for self-discipline. I always do this. Because what I want you to know, what I want to know, what I want to know, is that everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything. There is nothing in your life, there is nothing in my life that's worthwhile, that's quick and easy. It's all uphill. You have to fight for it every day. You have to climb for it every day. Doesn't come to you. It's not in 3 easy packages, and it's not the cure to overnight success. It's like one guy said, all my life I've worked hard at being an overnight success. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Now, the problem is we have downhill habits. Now, if you have downhill habits and you have uphill hopes, you're in trouble. And the only way that you go uphill is by self-discipline. So listen to me very carefully. It's impossible for you to have continuous success without having self-discipline in your life. Impossible. And my greatest challenge as a leader is your greatest challenge as a leader. And that is every day keeping people climbing. Because they don't want to climb. They want to coast to success. Huh? Are you with me? They want it to come to them. They treat it like the lottery. And they just kind of hope that if they're at the right place at the right time, something wonderful will happen to them. It won't. Everything worthwhile is uphill. All the way. All the way. Not partially uphill. And the challenge that we all have is we don't mind climbing uphill for 3 or 4 days. As long as we can coast for a couple. I deserve a break. I deserve a break. I deserve a break. See, what you don't understand is 4 days of climbing is wiped out with 1 day of coasting. And you're back to the same place that you were. And you wonder why you're not being successful. It's faster downhill than it is uphill. It's easier downhill than it is uphill. It's quicker downhill than it is uphill. And so what happens is we have a lot of good uphill days, but we have a few downhill days, and the few downhill days cancel out all the uphill days. So people ask me all the time, they'll say, are you writing another book? Yeah. I'm always writing another book. In fact, I'm always writing 3 books. I'm creating one, writing one, and finishing one. Well, do you do that all the time? Every day. Honest to God, I've never had a book write itself. It would be nice if I could figure it out. I'm going to buy into that program. No. I've got to write every one of those suckers. And I love people who say, well, how do you do that? With a legal pad and a pen. 1 word at a time. Well, what's your secret? Every day. Every day. Now, self-discipline, the first thing it does, it enables you to go uphill. You can't go uphill without self-discipline. Nobody will carry you uphill. Nobody can coach you uphill. Nobody can push you uphill. If you go uphill, you got to do it yourself. There are no free rides uphill. There's no such thing as accidental achievements. It's the bridge. Self-discipline is the bridge between good intentions and good actions. Good intentions is on one side of the water, and good actions is on the other side. And the bridge is self-discipline that takes our good intentions and turns them into good actions. And the question is my attitude about self-discipline, is it a tunnel or is it a bridge? If it's a tunnel, then self-discipline is heavy. Because it's always about what I'm going through. Well, I'm going through this. Well, I'm going through this. I'm going through. There's a difference between going through something and going to something. When you're going to something, you're on the bridge. When you're going through something, you're on the end of the tunnel, in a tunnel, hoping there's some light at the end of the tunnel. So if self-discipline is a heavy thing for you, it's a hard thing for you. But if self-discipline is a journey for you, it's easier for you. Is it a bridge or is it a tunnel? Am I going through it? Oh, I hope I get there. Or am I going to it? Secondly, self-discipline is the difference between temporary success and sustained success. Because the uphill journey is all the way. You don't get flat land and you don't get down land. It's just all up land. And so the core of all success, the core of all success principles the core of it is self-discipline. Most people want what I call a quick fix. Okay, John. Okay. Talk to me. Help me out here. What's the quickest way for me to be very wealthy, highly influential, and very successful in life? Just cut out just give me just straight, quick, fast, easy way. There's no such thing. It's uphill all the way. And self-discipline is the vehicle that gets you there. Listen to me carefully. There is nothing I can do for an undisciplined person to make them successful.
Action truly does keep the momentum going. No matter how slow you go, creating habits that keep you moving is key, which is where self-discipline comes in. When you commit to the process to conquer your goals, you create a plan, which usually doesn't involve quitting. Slowing down at times to rest or to pivot, sure, but never being crushed by the weight of it. Which is also why I love his analogy of a bridge rather than a tunnel. When you build bridges, you build connections because you have a destination in mind. So good. This is also such a great tool to teach your kiddo. When they see you have self-discipline, whether it's making the space to pursue community and deeper relationships, or health or business goals, or perhaps even being more calm or swearing less, they take note. Keep fighting for the upward momentum. To learn more about John Maxwell, to listen to the full talk, or to check out one of his hundreds of amazing books, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, Live Them and Reach Your Potential, head to the show notes. If you like his style, you can also check him out on PGish episodes 46 and 76. If today's episode struck a chord, please let me know. You can either DM me on Instagram at pgishparenting, or you can send me an email at hello@pgishparenting.com. You can also share it with a friend so that more parents can grow alongside their kiddo like you. Sending you much love, my friend. See you next time.